Now we're going to talk about changing the colors of your theme. For instance, if we wanted to change the background color, we would look and find the colors on the style sheet, or if we wanted to change the color inside the table here. So if we go to our files, you'll notice one called style, and we've been in here before, or style.css if you are able to see this the way your Windows is set. And if we open this with the notepad, it has several sections in it, and they'll all look a little bit different, and have different names, but you will be able to tell basically what's going on by the tags. For instance, this is the body, which is the body of the actual blog, and it's telling us the background, and this is the background color, and this is the background image. Now what you can do is you can get a color chart, and you can paste this color in there so you can see which one they're talking about, and then you can find alternatives if you want to use a different color. Here's an example of a color picker that you can get online, and you'll see the link to it in the resources document. And if you roll down here, you can key in the color code and see what the color looks like right here in this little box. So if we go back to our style and we go and want to see what our background color is, if we take this and do a copy, and we'll paste it in here. Okay, so as you can see, the background color is this black color, right? Okay, which is right. So this is, if you wanted to change that to a different color, you could start moving around these little markers here if you want to get a variation. And if you want to change the background to this color, all you'd have to do is now grab this code and overwrite this code in the style sheet. Now what we should do is we'll save the style sheet, save a copy of it. We'll do a copy and a paste right in the directory here, which will give us a copy of the original. Then we can come back here and put our new color code in and upload it. Okay, so paste that in there. Okay, so that's the body, and you can go through here and find other colors as well. If we were to key this color in now, this is the font color. Okay, so this is the default font color that we should see in here. Okay, and then there's some other ones that are pretty easy to find. For instance, this is our H1, H2, and H3 are this color, which is, I happen to know, is white. But if we key this in over here, you'll see that it's white, and what that's referring to is our header, which is, these are H tags, and that's the color of these tags. So all you have to do is change the appropriate colors, and as you go through these, you can pick out what some of them are without knowing anything about CSS. For instance, this would be a link color. So if we were to key this in, okay, so our link colors are kind of this light green color, and as you can see, they are. So if we want to get a variation on those as well, we could just, again, move this around till we have something that we like. Yeah, copy this color in. paste it in. I believe we keyed the wrong color in up here, didn't we? I think I copied it out of this box, so we'll reset this, and then what we have to do, we'll move this around again until we get the color we want, and then this is the color we picked down here, and we'll put it back in. We'll just overwrite this one. So you can pick out a lot of things just by looking where you see color codes and then looking over to determine what it is on the other side. Okay, so this is our header color, white. And like I say, I don't want to get too deep into how CSS works and just trying to show you how to change the colors on here. Okay, so far we've changed the color of the table body and of the links. Okay, here's our search box. Okay, here's our search color. So we're to put this in here. Okay, this is what our search box color is. As you can see, if we key in here, that's the color that's showing up. So if we wanted to change that a little bit, make it a little bit lighter, could now put this color in there instead. And the good thing about style sheets is when people create them, they try and use terms that are meaningful, because if they have to come back in and edit them themselves, they're going to want to know what they're looking for. Okay, so post title is white. Post title link is white. That you can tell it's post title, and then this is an A. When you see something like that, that usually indicates a link. And if you hover over a post title, this is the color. So let's just have a look at this. Okay, so when you hover over a post title, you should see this green color. So we'll go to a post title, and you notice when you hover over it, it turned it to green. So that's how you can change that as well if you wanted to change it. So that's all there is to it, really. Just go and find color codes in here that you want to change, and you'll be able to tell what they are usually by looking at what the comments are beside them. They're not too hard to figure out usually. So for instance, here's a sidebar, background URL. So that's actually a URL rather than a color here, so that doesn't, for the links. Okay, here's a sidebar, and this is the header H2 tag color. So we look in our sidebar, these are the H2 tags, and the color is white. So if we wanted to change those, well, there's the one we would change right there. Okay, and that's the end of this particular CSS. So you can just go through. For instance, here's a footer link, and it's going to be that color, and that's referring to the links down here. So that's how you can determine how to change the colors on your CSS. So let's just upload this one that we've changed. And we'll go and upload this now. And upload. And then we would upload the style. And then overwrite. Okay, and now when we refresh, you'll see that our links have now changed color as they should have. Also, if we key into our search box, We have a different color there. See how it has changed? What hasn't changed is our background color. And I didn't touch on this before, but that is because there's actually a background image as well. If we go up to the top here, where the body is, and it says background and URL. The URL will go over top of the background color. So even that is set. It's actually going to use this bgo1.jpg as the background. So if we go back into our folder here, into the images, and we click on bg01, this is what it is using as the background color for that table. And that's why when we changed the background color, it didn't do anything. Okay, so that will give you a good idea of how you can go in and change the colors using the cascading style sheet. And now you've learned how you can change your header, your footer, your sidebar, and how to change the colors. That concludes the video series.